myself free, nothing can compare to. Yeah, you set my world free, nothing can compare to this. I found you in the VYG. You set my world free, I found you in the VYG. You set my world free, I found you in the VYG. You set my world free, nothing can compare to this. You set my world free. Yeah, I see myself free, nothing can compare to this. I see myself free. Say I will not doubt myself, and I'll believe in myself. In the VYG as I level up with every move. We'll take it to another level, another level, another. We're going to another level, another level, another level, another. I've been down, down before. Felt like a whole world just was my fault. I've been trapped by what they see me for, but now I'm free, free to go. We'll take it to another level, another level, another. We're going to another level, another level, another level, another. You set my world free, nothing can compare to this. You set my world free. Yeah, I see myself free, nothing can compare to this. I see myself free. Say I will not doubt myself, and I'll believe in myself. In the VYG as I level up with every move. We'll take it to another level,
What's good, fam? I hope you guys are all doing good this Wednesday afternoon. And reminding you, as always, if you ever feel the need to reach out to us, you ever feel the need to get in touch, you want to chat to us, you want to address something that's been going on, the VYG fam is out here along with the amazing team of mentors and coordinators. We're always ready to assist. Don't hesitate, but get in touch with us. We are out here to take good care of you. And today, I'm gonna touch on a little bit of I don't know if conflict area would be the most appropriate expression of it. When I say conflict, it is something that's going to be a little bit confrontational to most of us. Let me not say most, but yeah, maybe most. A good number of us. And this being something which in recent years I have made it to become a habit. I won't say I'm 100% on it yet, but it's something that I'm working on, have been working on, and I've improved quite a lot. And I do believe that this is going to be profitable for you guys. I do believe it's going to be helpful for you guys as well. What I want to address has to do with something which oftentimes young people don't work on. Oftentimes young people don't see the need to fix, don't see the need to address. And that has to do with organization. Now, I would like to hear from you guys, or see here on the comment section, if you don't mind sharing with us, on a scale of 1 to 10, how organized are you? 1 being totally disorganized, and 10 being super organized. Like somebody who you can tell me you plan your day from the get-go, from yesterday. Today, you will already plan your tomorrow and what you're going to do at 8 a.m., what time you're going to have breakfast, what time you're going to wake up, what time you're going to brush your teeth, what time you're going to do this, what time you're going to do that, what time. Or are you the kind of person who just rocks that boat wherever the boat goes and you're just going to let it rock? If the tides take you to the left and if it takes you to the right, that's where you're at. And then there are those situations and those scenarios where you just have to cram information because you completely forgot, and you catch up and you manage to just go with the flow and pull a young Matrix where the bullets come and they're flying all over the show, and you just make a plan to get it right. I would love to hear from you. Where in your life do you stand in terms of organization? From a scale of 1 to 10, how disorganized or how organized are you truly? Now, the reason why I'm asking this is I was thinking about like a domino effect, that when we are disorganized, how we actually put ourselves in a lot of trouble, and how many things in our lives we get wrong because we choose to not listen to the voice of organization. And I am a living proof of that in situations in my life where I got into deep trouble simply because I could have done it yesterday, or I could have done it last week, or I could have done it last month or a few months ago. And because I didn't do it at all, when I mostly needed to get it sorted, when I mostly needed to get it out the way, bang, guess what? It was too late. Or I even got it done, but it was not well done simply because guess what? I did things my own way. I did things the way I thought about it. I did things without having much of a plan around it. And if you notice, anything that's done in life without planning doesn't usually go well. Most things. There are things, and I'm not saying that we should never know how to improvise, because sometimes you plan a lot and everything you plan, at the end of the day, what you plan for never comes to play, and bang, things go the opposite direction of what you were looking for. But I'm talking about certain things which could be in our control, things which we can control, things like our day, our time. I'm not going to say that I'm the kind of person who always plans my day. I write it out. I I'm working on reaching that stage, but I do plan it quite mentally. Like tomorrow, I got to get this out the way. I got to get that out the way. It does happen where sometimes I plan a lot, and none of the things I've planned do I actually get around it. My day plans, they change. My just things change. I'm instructed to be busy with something else, or a bigger priority comes along the way. So I literally need to leave that and focus on the unplanned things. So these things do happen. For example, when you have to study, you've got a test 2 weeks time or in a week's time. When are you going to study? You might be the kind of person who knows how to cram. Maybe you might be very good at cramming. Maybe you just cram for the sake of studying. You just study for you to feel better about the fact that you studied, but you know for a fact you didn't study at all. I've done that too. Or you might be the kind of person who's always seeking to prepare yourself. Now, like I said, the domino effect is that sometimes it becomes a part of us. Being organized and being disorganized can actually become a part of us. And if we look at it, the quality of our lives, they're directed by that. The quality of our lives, the quality of whom we actually become, actually surrounds it. It's affected rather a lot by how organized we are. And I must say, I repeat, we as young people, we're not that organized. And being young, usually all we think about is enjoying our youth, enjoying our time, enjoying our days. We're just seeking to enjoy. We're not thinking about doing anything but enjoying. Yo, bro, it's time to enjoy. I'm still young. And yes, you are young, but we are never too young to put our lives in order. We're never too young to organize ourselves, to be a bit more organized. I repeat, you don't have to be the kind of person who plans even how many times you're going to comb your hair and plan how many strokes you're going to make with your toothbrush whilst you're brushing your teeth. You don't have to be that excessive, because that's a bit of a lack of equilibrium and balance. But there are certain things in our lives which we can add a bit more of quality, and that quality comes with time, and that time is producing planning, or rather the planning which is produced by time, and eventually we produce something good. The difference between quality, we spoke about this some months back, where the difference between quantity and quality is specifically the time which is taken in producing that one item. I think Uncle Vinny showed it once. It was even in the Bible clock. I remember sharing it with him. I'm not sure if I shared it here as well, with the making of the Rolls Royce, the car, where things are handmade, which means time is taken, but then again, there's quality. On the other hand, anything that's mass produced, what's done robotically, it might be good, but it won't be as good, because obviously no car is made without planning. But there is an excessive planning on the former. And because there's that excessive planning and extra planning, what happens is the item is made of more quality. Time is what produces quality. Time, when time is taken, when it's used wisely, of course, when time is taken care of, it takes good care of us. But when we despise the importance of time, we suffer because of it. How many times did you not work on a school project, an assignment you had, and then you left it last minute, and then after you even thought about it, wow, I could have actually done that. Wow, why did I not think of that? You didn't think of that because you didn't take time to think about it. You didn't think of that because you didn't give yourself the time to produce such a thing. I repeat, there are certain things which come along the way, which we have to improvise. We have to learn. At times we plan so much for a certain things, and bang, we have to improvise. Nothing that we planned will be actually used. Nothing from what we planned, nothing from what we actually wanted to see happening came. You prepare yourself for an interview, and guess what? None of the questions you were ready for actually came. So these things, they do happen. But if you are planned, at least you have a direction. At least you know what you came for. At least you know you can use perhaps what you planned and improvise it with, adopt something. But there is nothing worse than unplanned things. We plan a lot, for example, when we have events like we had 2 weeks back when we had the June 16 event, and we had so many challenges, good and bad. Some of the challenges which we're learning, we had so many more people than what we expected. A great number turned up. But then again, we have issues sometimes. Some of the youth from outside, we have incidents of those who don't know that this is an area where you shouldn't be smoking, and certain things which come, unprepared. We did not plan, we did not prepare for this. So in the next one, we include this. We stop and we think about it that, hey, we need to include this. We need to plan for this. So next time, we need to make people aware that this event is still requires some degree of discipline to it, and so forth, But moral of the story is this: we need to be the kind of people who take the things which are unprepared, which we improvise, or we prepared for the next one. We learn. That's how life is. We evolve. The fact is, there are so many young people who aren't evolving. They're just stuck there. They are okay with waking up late. They wake up late. The wardrobe is a complete mess. They don't know how to find things, so they're always rushing. They're always late for things. And I'm sorry, but there's nothing cute. I've mentioned this before, of the famous African time, when people know it's African time. It's not African time. It's you accepting to be late. It's you always finding an excuse to not be where you should be, not have your life. And then they use the famous, it's African time. It has nothing to do with African time, because the African, European, South American, whatever, Asian time, they're all the same. But we should learn to be disciplined. It has nothing to do with where we're from. It has to do with using this to make a better person of ourselves. There are people who are always late for school, late for work, late for church, late for the VYG hangout, and they're okay with that. The day an opportunity is missed because of their late coming, they will learn their lesson. Hopefully, they will. And this is the kind of stuff that we should work on. Preparation, overcoming laziness, overcoming that mindset. As I said, waking up late and you realize that it's late, and then you didn't prepare the day before for your clothes or what you were going to wear, what you were going to do. And because you didn't prepare, now you got to find your clothes because your things are never organized. And like I said, it's a snowball effect. Now, the problem is not that you're late for school, late for work, late for whatever. But the problem is that becomes a part of you. And mediocrity becomes a part of you. You become so accustomed to that. That's who you are. You're no longer worried. You're no longer, you no longer chase more. You no longer chase to be better. You no longer aim higher. You no longer desire more. You no longer desire to be greater at something, because even from yourself, you don't demand much. Even from yourself, you don't give more. It's kind of like an athlete. He's got to train. Most athletes hate training. They hate having to be there, practicing, training, doing the same thing, going through drills over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. But when they look where they reach, they know they credit that to practice, to the time which was used wisely. They organized themselves to set themselves to train, to practice, to give of themselves. Have you been training for what you want to achieve in life? Have you been practicing? Have you been giving it your all towards what you want? Or are you the kind of person who just believes that it's about luck? Or you're just going to pray and it's going to fall from the sky? Or because the VYG is here to motivate you? Well, we'll always be here to motivate you, and we will always believe in you. But guess what? You also got to do your part. You got to do what you got to do. Dollar what you must. Because I'm not capable of doing what you want. I'm not capable of working for what you want, because you have your dream. I have my dreams. Each and every person has their own dreams. So for us to accomplish our dreams, preparation, planning. I repeat, and I cannot reiterate this well enough. there are situations in our lives where things come unprepared. Unprepared. You are caught off guard. But what you have prepared, what can you do with that? With what you can, or what you have already prepared, what can you do? What can you improvise? What can you utilize for you to become what you want to become, for you to reach what you want to reach? So we have talented young people throughout this beautiful country. Mzansi is a talent-infested country. We are infested by talent, whether it's music, whether it's sports, whether it's entertainment in general, whether it's in arts. Our South African fam, we got this. But there is a problem that in spite of all that talent, oftentimes they despise, misuse this important aspect, this important thing, which is preparation, which is organization. So I would like you, fam, wherever you're watching us from, for you to take some time and consider this, your organizational skills. I'm not saying, I repeat, that you need to be obsessed, but maybe you could work a little bit on what you are lacking, your time management skills, waking up maybe 15 minutes earlier for you to be able to organize certain things, the things you don't have. We always say, I don't have time. It's not that you don't have it. You've got to make it. You don't have it, really. We don't have time. But with time, you got to make it. Put your life in order. Put the things that are in order. It's June. Some of you have written your June exams. If you're in matric, your preliminary exams come soon. Then you've got your finals. Have you prepared for that? Have you thought about how you're going to go through for you to get the marks you want, for you to get the grades which you want? Have you thought about that? You're at work, you want that promotion, you want that position, you really want to, but have you started working towards it? Start practicing for the life you want. Start working for it now. Stop crossing the bridge when you get to it. The famous will cross the bridge when we get to it. In some cases, really, that's all you got to do. Everything's crashing, everything's falling apart, so we'll cross the bridge, that bridge, when we get to it. But in other cases, you don't have to wait to get to the bridge. You can start building that bridge now and cross towards your dreams. So fam, we want to see you reaching higher heights. We want to see you standing higher than you could even fathom, you could even imagine. But that will require you working on yourself. Plan. It's so important. Learn to manage your time. Learn to be more organized. And this starts with the minor things. We often hear the importance of taking care of something as special as our bedroom. There are people who can't take care of their own bedroom. It is a mess. If I would ask if I could come to your house, and specifically your bedroom, how does that look right now? Did you leave things all over the show? There are days where things do get out of hand, it's true. But would it be something where you'd be at peace because you always give it your best? Or is it just, it's part of you. It's a part of you. Are you too lazy to succeed? Is that the question? Are you too lazy to reach your dreams? Are you too lazy to fight for your dreams? Is that how intense your laziness has become? So your bedroom is a reflection of how much you really want to succeed. A simple thing as, I think his name is Captain or General. I don't know, it was a Captain or General McRaven spoke about how in the army, the soldiers are taught the important thing of something as simple as doing your bed. I will share with you this video, and I want you guys to just check it out.
Every morning in SEAL training, my instructors would show up in my barracks room, and the first thing they'd do was inspect my bed. If you did it right, the corners would be square, the covers would be pulled tight, the pillow centered just under the headboard, and the extra blanket folded neatly at the foot of the rack. It was a simple task, but every morning we were required to make our bed to perfection. It seemed a little ridiculous at the time, particularly in light of the fact that we were aspiring to be real warriors. If you make your bed every morning, you will have accomplished the first task of the day. It will give you a small sense of pride, and it will encourage you to do another task, and another, and another. And by the end of the day, that one task completed will have turned into many tasks completed. Making your bed will also reinforce the fact that the little things in life matter. If you can't do the little things right, you'll never be able to do the big things right. So if you want to change the world, start off by making your bed.
Well, there you have it. You might not want to change the world, but you might want to change your life. Start from the simple tasks. It might not be necessarily your bed, but it can be anything that you know you've been hindering. Maybe it's procrastination. Maybe it's that time which is overly spent on scrolling, social media. Perhaps you could add some sort of restriction to how much screen time is spent on a specific app, which you know, or a game which you know you spend overly your time overly on that. The important thing is for you to start. Get started today. Get started tonight. Tonight, plan your tomorrow. Those simple, that sense of accomplishment, as General McRaven said, will definitely make us a better person. Added to the amazing work which the VYG has been doing, added to the teachings which you learn here. Because, by the way, I'm not saying this to you because I'm a perfectionist. No, not at all. I'm really far from that. But these are lessons which I'm applying for myself, to myself. There were apps which I was also pretty much scrolling a lot, and I added the screen time every day, a specific time for those apps, in order for me to focus more on the things I need to do. Reading a book, doing things which I know will matter and will be much more profitable for my life and for my future. Got it, fam? Well, I hope this was profitable for you guys. And please, if you are in your respective branches, share with one another what are the things that you think you could work on. And ideas, share ideas. Those of you who are organized, share with the non-organized people. Help each other. Perhaps you could have a task which amongst yourselves you will share, and things which will help one another. At the end of the day, we're here to build one another and not to break anyone down. All right. So fam, I'm going to be rocking out of here. But this coming Saturday, we will be back with the VBO. Last week was awesome. We had Mrs. Marcia here with us. But also on Sunday, we will have at 2 p.m. the launch of the book. And don't forget the challenge of the ladies, which has to do with the ladies coming, showing their traditional attire. You're going to see this as we wrap up. As for myself, I'm going to be signing out. And as you guys know, there ain't no stopping us. That's where we at. I'm out of here.
What's good? What's up, VYG fam? I'm here with some ladies from the VYG at the ground. How are you, ladies? We're good. So we are going to find out if they are ready for our challenge next week. The launch of the book From Wound to Scar of Miss Marcia at 2 o'clock. So ladies, introduce yourself and tell them what you are going to rock in the challenge.
Okay, so I'm Esther. For the challenge.
Did you think about it already?
Yes, I did. And I'm gonna rock it. I'm not gonna share. So, much.
Hi, my name is Mabelo, and what I'm gonna rock is out of this world.
Serious? So tell who are watching. Those who are watching. Introduce yourself. Say hi.
Hi.
I'm
Bilo.
Okay, and what are you expecting for next week? What are you going to do? Are you up for the challenge?
Yes, you are. Well, I am.
Yes, I also am. And what we're going to be expecting for next week is to see people in vibrant colors for their traditional clothes. And how are you going to start this?
I will be styling my t-shirt with traditional beads. And what about you?
I'm going to be styling my t-shirt with my traditional sweaty.
There,
I'm sure you've already heard because we were also excited about it, is come wearing your VYG shirt with traditional attire. And you see, we are all ready for the 29th of June.
let us look at the other. Hi guys, how are you? Good. Come, ladies, come. Everyone is clear now. So, what are you thinking? What are your expectations for the launch of the book on the 29th?
I am very excited. I am happy to actually share its features with you. Be ready, it's going down. I'm expecting to actually engage with the author to participate and ask questions about the book.
You better be representing.
I will be the best of the best in tradition.
We want to know from you if you are up to the challenge for next week to come wearing your BYG merch with traditional fun of
Of course, we are ready.
challenge accepted. That's it. There are a few words, but it's not a problem. They will join us too. More people. Let's go. Let's go. So, Tande can tell us, are you ready for next week?
Of course, I am ready.
And do you accept the challenge?
I do.
So what is the challenge?
The challenge that we're gonna be wearing our traditional on the launch.
Yes, on the 29th, your BYG merch with tradition.
Yes.
So yes. So are your parents, they don't have words. They're already planning. Come ladies, everyone first, everyone's here now. We are not going to recruit more right now, but we're recruiting the whole of Stuttgart for the whole of Joburg to be here on the 29th, 2 o'clock, rocking our BYG merch with traditional. BYG ladies, are you ready? Ain't no stopping us!
Decades in the making and finally told. From Wound to Scar is the powerful debut book by Marsha Perez. Written to help others heal through her gripping testimony. Join us for the official launch on the 29th of June at 2 p.m. at the Holy Ground in Soweto. (2445-6 Amonk Drive, Zone 6, Diepkloof, Soweto. Be part of this remarkable celebration.